very busy day here at the headquarters of Elections Cameroon in Yaoundé. 10 aspirants as of this time have already dropped their files here this Friday, July 18, 2025. We're talking about the flag bearer of Manidem, in the person of Professor Maurice Kamto, who was here early in the morning, accompanied by Jean-Michel Nietzsche and the officials of the Manidem party to deposit his file here. We are also talking about Bello Buba Maigari of the UNDP, whose file was deposited here by Senator Pierre Flambeau Gayab of the party in a delegation accompanied by other party officials. Issa Chiruma Bakari has also dropped his file here himself, accompanied by the other big names of the National Salvation Front party. We are also looking at some lightweight politicians like Thilo Roger of Debout Cameroon, who has also dropped his file here. We are equally looking at the lone lady who dropped here today in the person of the Tomainon Damjoya Patricia of the UDC party, and we are equally talking about Simon Mambo Isaac, who has also dropped his file here. He is of the UPA political party, and Andre Marie Dibamu just left the premises after dropping his file. The young guy who is so optimistic that he is going to make it in the October elections. And of course, at the moment, Ateki Caxton has just entered the building to drop his file with the commission in charge. To note that Ateki Caxton is the flag bearer of PAL. And the surprise of the day is the file of Tela Onana Leon, who has filed in his candidature under the Cameroon's People Democratic Movement, the CPDM. And that is coming to add the number of candidates for the party to 2. That is President Paul Biya and Onana, who has always told the party officials that the party is operating in illegality if a congress is not held. Those are the updates we have here today, and to indicate that going by the national figures as dished out by LECAM, we are already at about 22 candidates that have dropped their files. Haisencha Constant Kamga.
With the deadlines of submitting candidacies to ELECAM fast approaching, various presidential hopefuls are fulfilling their documents at regional branch offices across Cameroon, in Yaoundé, Douala and beyond. While the urgency is visible at ELECAM stations, a contrasting calmness lingers at many political party headquarters. These raises a key question: are parties adequately prepared to engage with the public and mobilize support in this critical pre-electoral phase? At 2 p.m. Friday, we stopped at the Pew's headquarters in Bonoberi. Despite the season, the atmosphere was strangely serene. Party officials explained that their current focus is on maintaining calm and availability, aiming to answer questions from enthusiastic citizens, especially those still confused about the electoral process.
The activities around here are much based on mobilization, information, because we have people coming here to have information on our candidates, to have information on how to live. Earlier on they came to have information on how to get registered in the electoral list, and then some of them come also to know what are the informations related to our party and to our candidate Selswa Matomba.
The scene was slightly more dynamic at the PCRN office of Cabrali B in Douala. The young militants were actively present, rallying in small groups and working behind computer screens to assist Cameroonians with questions around voter registration, cards verifications, and general election-related inquiries and their candidates.
Every day we receive a report from Douala 1, Douala 2, Douala 3, Douala 4, from other department as Mungo, everything, and now we make compilation of all those reports to be sure that our party can cover all the different bureaux de vote.
In contrast, the MRC headquarters appeared quiet. We found only a lone secretary on site responding to questions from a curious visitor. Similarly, the SDF's regional office and a power party were all closed. When contacted by phone, party officials claimed they were busy, but there was no standby team available to engage with the public. As the 2025 elections draw near, such contrasting levels of engagement raise concerns about voter communication, party preparedness, and how seriously some contenders are taking grassroots mobilization. A prominent figure in Cameroon political landscape has a significant role in the country's journey towards multi-party democracy. As the leader of the Mouvement Africain pour la Nouvelle Indépendance et la Démocratie, Mani Deme has been a steadfast advocate for political reform and social justice.
When he joined the UPC, he has always been a very intelligent comrade and very, very intelligent. He was the man who will say, I have many ideas. These ideas will be the best idea for us to go forward. And that has been his intelligence, his political intelligence. And I hope that he will help Camto to have a good program of society.
In the early 90s, Ekane was instrumental in the opposition's efforts to challenge the ruling Cameroon People's Democratic Movement, CPDM. Notably, his residence served as a venue for a pivotal meeting where opposition leaders selected John Frundi as their consensus candidate for the 1992 presidential election.
Of the chairman for the whole opposition, which come to join us in the fight in the presidential elections of 1992. So that is what I hope Anise with Camto will be doing.
This collaboration underscores Ekane's commitment to fostering unity among opposition forces during a critical period in Cameroon's political history. The 2025 elections seem crucial for him.
We went to prison together, and I'll give you an example. When Anise started working with Yondo Black, we told him, we was an underground movement. We told Anise, you cannot work with these people, they'll go to the police and you'll be caught. And he said, yes, I may be caught, but what I know is that they will take us to court because he's a barrister.
Over the years, Ekane has continued to engage actively in the political arena, often advocating for alliances among opposition parties to present a united front against the ruling establishment. His evolving stance, including recent interaction with leaders like Maurice Kamto, reflects a pragmatic approach aimed at achieving meaningful political change in Cameroon. In the heat of Cameroon's electoral season, journalists across the country are being reminded of the essential role in promoting peace, transparency, and informed public discourse.
Journalists should be more and more responsible because they can favor a candidate. They can also try now to destroy the possibilities given to a candidate to be elected. So in this particular crucial period, journalists should be more respected, and also in their team, the head of the team, the editor-in-chief, should make sure that only all stories that respect the rules and regulations of journalism should pass.
Journalism lecturers emphasize that during elections, the responsibility of the press becomes even more critical.
Vous avez le devoir en tant que journaliste de vérifier ce que cette critique-là formule.
One key point reiterated by these lecturers is the importance of verifying information, especially when reporting on allegations or claims made by third parties.
All the parties concerned in a topic should be met. If in case one is not available, you should make it known by your public that you tried but did not succeed. And in some cases, if in case you do not succeed to have another party, the third party, then you should stop relaying that information.
The stakes are high. In recent years, several media houses and journalists in Cameroon have faced legal action or public backlash over unsubstantiated reporting.
A great sanction is you are how will I say, the profession and the public. And also in some respected media houses, if you don't really do your job as it's supposed to be done, you can be sacked.
As the country prepares for a tense and pivotal election, journalists are being called to remember that their words can influence perceptions and stir emotions.
In a bid not to take anything for granted during this electoral period, the Minister of Territorial Administration has drawn the attention of regional governors meeting in their biannual conference on trends on media platform, adding they should not take freedom of expression for impunity, especially as he reiterates these repeated excesses by the media are taking alarming rate and can be considered a serious threat to public order.
Programs and debates are organized just to sabotage government action, tarnish the image of head of state, redefine members of government, preach tribal hatred, promote terrorism, and other irresponsible slogans like calls for revolt.
Thus, the consultation with the President of the National Communication Council concerning vigilance on the vibrant and diverse media landscape, which though depicts democratic vitality, provide breeding ground for disinformation and hate speech.
This surge of unverified content overwhelms public opinion on a daily basis, exposing our citizens to manipulation, disinformation, hate speech, and tribalism.
Detailed cartography of active media organizations in Cameroon will provide the governor for an oversight of public speech.
Cameroon boasts of 764 legally recognized newspapers, with 235 of them print media organs. We have 95 television stations, 128 commercial radio stations, 169 community radio stations, 72 online media organs, and 65 cable distribution enterprises.
This is the time the NCC boss insists the media should guarantee rigorous balance and journalistic information, equipping citizens with the requisite tools to understand the democratic process and its implication,
enabling them to make informed choices when they have to go to the polls to vote for their leader. In our relentless fight against disinformation and hate speech, we will wage a fierce battle against any media manipulation likely to set ablaze our beloved country.
From measures on the table, warnings, formal notices, and even sanctions are already being considered to instill order. They are not new in the game. Since 2011, this Association of Transport Actors for Peace and Development have defended the interests of the transport sector in the country. Today, a non-governmental organization, it still remains committed to same goals. During this electoral period, its mission has taken a new, more engaged pace: peace and security.
We want peace in this country, because if there's no peace, we cannot even stand to talk as we are talking here. So we are calling on the government that if only on us, let the confidence be once more empowered to us, because we are ready to demonstrate as we are demonstrating, or as we have been demonstrating through our union.
This, in all sectors of their activities, reiterates the board chair of Atrapat, Pierre Nyemek Ntama.
Terrestre, ferroviaire, maritime, fluvial et aérien.
In this crucial moment of democracy, their aspiration seems to find a favorable echo, and so the call for vigilance to avoid being manipulated.
No to all sort of disorder in the transport sector. Instability of the country. Don't use our motorbike riders. Don't use our taxi drivers. Don't use our transport, entire transport materials to instigate disorder.
At the end of their first board session, the members commit with greater responsibility. The objective is to accompany the electoral process in a climate of peace and discipline. This also as a consolidated roadmap and new momentum were put in place to guide their actions.
World Mandela's Day, celebrated annually on July 18, honors the legacy of Nelson Mandela, a global icon for peace, justice and human rights. This day do not only commemorates Mandela's remarkable life but also serves as a call to action for individuals and leaders to contribute positively to their communities. As Cameroon prepares for presidential election, where political dynamics are complex and challenging, experts say candidates can draw valuable lessons from Mandela's life and work.
All candidates must have in their heart the humanity. I think Mandela was a big man who impressed the human being. These candidates must have in their heart humanity.
According to a sociologist, Mandela's life exemplifies the power of peace and resilience.
Like Mandela, all Cameroonians must be a peacemaker for the country and work to bring prosperity and peace with our neighbor and within the nation.
He emphasizes that Mandela's approach to diplomacy and negotiation can guide Cameroonian leaders in the development of the country. The legacy of Nelson Mandela is not just a historical account but a living guide for current and future leaders.
A brand new kit designed to bring drinking water directly to homes within 72 hours after subscription. The project to connect 200,000 homes nationwide is positively welcomed by consumers for whom drinking water should no longer be a luxury. It is a good initiative. We are happy about the news. At least it is the right of Cameroonians to have access to potable water at all times. At first we used to have water shortages, but for the past 6 months, water has been stable in our home. The move is one more step towards universal access to drinking water, supported by the public authorities who call for a stronger mobilization of households.
First, people will be served before this runs out. So we are calling on the population, especially in Yaoundé and the central region, to do everything to have their meters installed and they have water so as to avoid unwanted diseases related to water.
With this project, Cam Water wants to run water where it is expected, and Yaoundé, being a city in full expansion, could be the first to take advantage of it.
A research and innovation hub is a dedicated space, physical, virtual, or both, where people, organizations, and technologies come together to create new knowledge, develop cutting-edge solutions, and accelerate the commercialization or implementation of innovative ideas. The vision of the prefiguration workshop, grouping research ministers, research laboratories, and other experts of the CEMAC sub-region this July 18 at the Ministry of Scientific Research and Innovation in Yaoundé. In order to work on the implementation of a strengthened scientific partnership in the area to be able to respond to contemporary challenges. The goal is twofold. First, to assess the current state of affairs, and secondly, to create a hub that will facilitate resource sharing and scientific partnership. And above all, have a framework that allows us to make a case to policymakers and structures such as donors or international partners who can fund trans-border research programs at the scale of Central Africa as a whole. These hubs often serve as engines for economic growth, scientific advancement, and societal impact. The Yaoundé workshop is the outcome of a well-developed program, the result of a project funded by French corporation called the Doctorat Incubator and Research Hub in Central Africa, built on an agreement that was concluded between the Ministry of Scientific Research and Innovation of Cameroon, Madeleine Chuinte, and her French counterpart in 2023 on the occasion of the Cameroon Science Week in France.
The 2025 edition of the Grand Prix Francophone of Media is under preparation in Yaoundé. The event will bring to the limelight the commitment and excellence of the media in promoting cultural diversity through reports, photographs, and audiovisual productions. The objective of this event is to honor outstanding cultural journalists, photojournalists, and cultural media.
We just want to celebrate cultural journalists. We want to put on top Cameroonian identity, because for us it's too important, our culture.
The innovation this 2025 is like the vision of the cultural competition, encouragement to do beyond.
To give skills to cultural journalists to be big boss, not to only stay there and crying. We don't have space on our media to do our job.
35 finalists have been selected, with the best cultural journalists in each category set to be awarded. The competition will be judged by a panel of jury to ensure that the most deserving cultural journalists are recognized. This year's ceremony will gather finalists from 11 countries, bringing together voices, images, and ideas from diverse backgrounds, all in the presence of local and international cultural figures. The 6th edition will be under the theme Architecture, in other words, Creativity. It will run till July 27 at the Yaoundé Conference Center.